Okay, so we are on round number 21, and round number 21 we are using the colour Roos. So that's that blue, lovely duck egg blue that we used over there and over there. So now I'm going to be starting in an odd place. We're going to work, oh not that one, that one. We're going to work over that chain one space between those two puffs of the same colour. Okay, so we're going to start with a single crochet, and then we're just going to work over that space. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to do yarn over times 4, chain 1 to close. Sorry, my voice. Alright, so it's going to look like that. Then we're going to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we're going to skip those 4 double crochet front posts, and we're going to work a puff into the space after those 4 double crochet front posts. Alright, and before we work that double crochet front post over those 2 double crochets, and we're just going to work into those spaces. So we're working yarn over times 3, doing the little mini puffs. 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Nice easy round. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2. Get some yarn here. 3. And the last one. So the last one is in that space right before those 4 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 puffs, yarn over, chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yarn over. Get some more yarn. Very early Sunday morning, that's why I'm sort of whispering. Okay, yarn over and insert our hook there. So you know, we're doing that puff of the same colour so that we're creating that little kind of 3 petal goodie business. So we're doing yarn over times 4, chain 1 to close, chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we do the puffs as we did before. So you're starting your puffs directly after your double crochet front post, and the last puff is in the space just before your 4 double crochet front posts. Okay, so you have 8 puffs each side, and you've got your chain 6s, and you've got your and your puff there. Okay, so I shall see you at the end of this nice easy round number 21, and yes, and the beginning of round number 22. And to close, we just slip stitch into the top of the first puff, slip off our yarn, and we're done. Okay, so what we're doing is kind of working a little bit behind the scenes there. So you're going to sort of have that round bit sticking out, and then your square overlay. Okay, so I shall see you at round number 22. Okay, so we are on round number 22, and round number 22 we're going to use our overlay colour, and we're going to be working again predictably, 2 puffs into the corner. Okay, so you know it's my favorite. It's not going to be like this throughout, so just relax. 1, 2, so we're working 2 puffs. Okay, with the chain 1 in between. Yarn over, work a double crochet front post over the next puff, double crochet front post over the next front post stitch, and the next, and the next. Right, then we're going to yarn over and we're going to work double crochet front post over our next double crochets. Okay, our next double crochet front post. Right, then we're going to yarn over and we're going to work double crochet front post over our, so you know we're carrying on that line, and then we're going to work single crochet over the top, single crochet front post over the top of all the puffs. Okay, so I am using my artificial lighting, so I hope it's not too weird. Alright, then we're going to yarn over. We're working a double crochet front post again, so you know we're just following that line, and then again we are working double crochet front posts over the next 4 stitches. Okay, let's see, 3, 4, double crochet front posts over the next front posts, 1, 2, 3, and over the next puff, right, like that. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we are back to working 2 puffs, yarn over times 4, close with the chain 1, 2 puffs into our corners, 1, 3, now I can't remember if I did 3 or 4, yarn over, and we're back to working a double crochet front post over the next 4 stitches. Okay, oh, there we go. So basically your piece is going to look like that. So you're going to have that little bulge going on over there, but our last round for this piece, sorry, second last round, what are we on, 22? Yes, there's 24 rounds. That will straighten out. Okay, so that is round number 22, and I shall see you at the beginning of round number 23. Sorry about the shadows. Okay, so we're on round number 23, and round number 23 we're going to be using our blue color again, goose or goose. So what we're going to do is we're going to find our chain spaces, so our last 2 chain spaces, and we're going to work, we're just going to gather them up like that and work a single crochet. Then we're going to chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yarn over, and we're going to work into the space between our first 2 puffs. Okay, yarn over times 3 as usual. Right, so we're just working between our puffs from the last 2 rounds. So we're working over that overlay colour like that, and between our puffs. So we should have 7. Right, 1, 2, 3. So my challenge for this slow crow mystery along is to kind of move a little bit away from, you know, a very dense, a very, very dense feel, you know, so that also the blanket doesn't end up weighing an absolute ton. So as I say, I'm just kind of going along, thinking up, for each part, you know, it has its own inspiration. And of course, you know, every part will have its own little story and so on about the place that kind of inspired that particular part. You know, so this is Rocking the Daisy because of the festival that I was sort of briefly told you about, and the area that it's always held in. So, you know, if you want to read more about that, you can just scoot on over to my blog. So now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've chained 5, and then we're just going to grab those 2 chains at the back, and we're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're going to scoot on over to the next chain space, you know, so we're going to skip the puff and the single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yarn over, and 1, 2, 3. So we're back there, working between our puffs. Okay, so there'll be one less than our previous puff round. Okay, there'll be 7. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and you're not doing a chain 1 in between or anything like that. You're just going straight in, and it does fit. You know, again, you can judge for yourself depending on the yarn that you're using. You know, I'm using an acrylic, and I have said this in other 1, 2, 3, 4, and I have said this other videos that I've made, that I am taking into account the fact that acrylic does have a stretch to it. So if you're using a cotton and you feel, for example, that, you know, you might, you know, that it really is kind of pulling, because it should lie flat, you know, it should lie flat like that. Your corners shouldn't be, you know, if you find your corners are bunching up like that, then you can always add you can add extra. It's just got to be nice and easy, so that there's no, you know, your corners on the top are lying nice and flat, and they're not pulling, because, you know, if you're going to have, you know, you don't want that happening. So, you know, you just judge for yourself. You might want to add extra. You might want to make that 6 chains, you know, 6 chains in between. But we've done 5, 5, 5, and that seems to work quite well. Okay, so that's round number 23, and I shall see you at the end of this round and the beginning of round number 24. Okay, and to close, I'm just going to stitch into our first. I'm going to try and incorporate, oopsie, that one as well. Okay, and snip off. Right, so now when you kind of stretch it out like that, you've got, so that's the back. So the back is going to have that sort of circle type shape, and the front is going to be like that. So as I say, if you feel that it's pulling just a little bit too much, okay, I'm not worried that it might, for me, that it might be pulling ever so slightly, because I know that, you know, just from a Munzie, when I was doing a Munzie, once you wash the blanket once or twice, it's, you know, this stitches stretch, you know, once you block and everything. So it's one of the reasons why I like to use like the minimum stitches, because I know over time that you know, these the acrylic blankets do kind of, you know, the yarn begins to relax and the stitches start kind of pulling and so on. And I think actually that these very texture rich blankets, you know, or pieces, they really improve in time because they start to relax a little bit, and you know, it, well, I'm yabbering on, you know, I'm sort of thinking aloud. Okay, so at this point it's going to look like that. Right, so that's the end of round number 23. I shall see you at round number 24. Okay, round number 24, we are working our overlay color again, which is awesome. Okay, and we're going to be working into our chain 1 corner space as before, right, like that. So I always start with a single crochet. It's just a habit of starting single crochet, then yarn over times 4 for your puff as before. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then as before. Okay, so you've got your 2 puffs into your chain space, and then as before we're just going to yarn over and work double crochet front post over our next stitches, so over the puff and then the next 4 double crochet front posts. So we're working double crochet front post over double crochet front post. Right, we're going to yarn over. We're going to dig into our 4 little stitches over there. Alright, so those are the tops of those double crochets that we did back in round number 20, I think. Right, so you're just going to work it. You're going to work a double crochet front post over the tops of those stitches, and there's 4 of them. So 1. Okay, so you just grab the whole stitch. 2, these little itsy bitsy stitches, 3, and 4. Right. So there we've got. Right. Then we're going to yarn over. We're going to work a double crochet front post over our double crochet front post. Then we're going to do exactly what we did before. Okay, we're just going to work single crochet front post, excuse the noise, single crochet front post over our puff. The noisiest road in the world. Want to know where it is? It's right outside my house. Maybe I'm exaggerating a bit, but okay. And then yarn over, double crochet front post over our double crochet front post, and we're going to do what we did before. We're just going to grab the tops of our 4 double crochets from round number 20, I think it was. And we're just going to work our double crochet front post over the tops of those stitches, like so. Right. And then we're going to work double crochet front posts over our double crochet front posts from our last overlay round, right, like that. We're working over our next puff. That's from the last overlay round, round number something or the other. 3, 4. I kind of get a bit lost with the colors. Round number 22. That was the color. I mean the round number. Round number 22. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the thing when you're doing this kind of layered 3D crochet is you're working rounds under and rounds over and so on, and it's not so easy to see where exactly your last round was. Sometimes it's behind and sometimes it's on top. Okay, and then you're just going to carry on like that. So I'll just pull this out, show you. Okay, so you start with your puffs. You do, and basically you're just following, you're following your lines like that. You're working your double crochet front post, and you've got those little steps going up there. But they're not exactly exactly the same, and that is, otherwise your design becomes very boring. And then you work double crochet front post over double crochet front post and single crochet front post over your puff. All right, and then continue on the other side, and I shall see you at the end of this round number 24. Okay, so we are on to our next round, which is round number 25, and I'm going to be using the same color that we used for the puffs, so we're going to carry on with that. So what we're going to do is we are going to work a single crochet into our single crochet, the second single crochet of those chain 5s from that previous round of the same color. Okay, so we're just going to work a single crochet into there. That's where we're going to start, and then we're going to chain 5 as before. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yarn over, and we're working our puffs between our puffs from that round of the same color. Right, so just following kind of following basically the same stitches as the round of the same color. So that's the best way to describe it, because we're building up a pattern here. So you should have six of these puffs. Yarn over times 3 as before. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, chain 5, and work a single crochet into the single crochet, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, work a single crochet into this, oopsie, going completely off here, work a single crochet into the single crochet. It might be a little bit tight there where you did your slip stitch. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're back to working our 6 puffs, 1 between each of the 7 puffs from that same color round. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it's going to look like that. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So I'm taking it for granted that you did know that in the last round, round number 24, that to close that round we just worked a slip stitch into our beginning puff. Okay, so 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, single crochet into the single crochet, kind of working that single crochet. Oops, I did a yarn over. So I was going to do a half double crochet. So just push it in there like so. Single crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as before, scoot it on into that single crochet. I know it's a bit awkward, but it looks nice and neat, because you also have to take into consideration the back, you know, what your back is going to look like. Right, single crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you're back to your puffs. Okay, so I don't think I need to show you the whole the whole round. All right, so it's going to start, you know, so it might sort of buckle a little bit like that, but when you know, when you just stretch it out like that, and especially because, you know, you must block, then everything will lay nice and flat. But it's lying nice and flat, and so you're going to carry on with your puffs, and I am going to, oh, the wind is blowing. I can feel the rafters and the roof are busy rattling, and I shall see you at the end of this round, which is round number 25. Okay, so round number 26, we are going back to our overlay colour. And oh, where's the end? I seem to have lost the end. So this is our final round for this part, which is Rocking the Daisy. And we will continue onto our next part in 2 weeks' time. Okay, so let's just concentrate on this, our last round. Start with a single crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're doing yarn over times 4, chain 1 to close, chain 1, 2, 3, 4. So same as before. Then we're going to work our double crochet front posts with the next 6 stitches, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Now we're going to work into the top of our double crochet front posts. So it's 3 and 4. Right? Right? But we are also going to work into the top of that stitch. So kind of technically that is the double crochet front post, that nice long line, but we're going to work into that one as well. Then we're going to work that double crochet front post, and then we are going to work single crochet front post over our first puff, single crochet in between, single crochet over the first puff, between, right, working over, between, over, between, over, between, and over, yarn over, work double crochet front post. In fact, my advice is to really work the last stitch and the first stitch together in this case. Right, so you're going to, oopsie, you're going to work that. So instead of closing your puff, work your double crochet and then work them together. It does give a better join, okay? And now you're going to work into the top of the very next stitch, double crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're going to work into that last space, which is really the, you know, kind of like the stitch of the one before. I mean the one in in front. You know, so we're adding extra stitches. And then you're going to work double crochet front post over the front post. So we're going to do that 6 times. 3, 4, 5, and you can see I haven't worked in my ends yet. 6. Alright, so you need to make sure that you have your 5 stitches here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Work between 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so you'll have your 6 double crochet front posts, and then you'll have your 5 double crochets worked into the double crochet front posts, and then your double crochet front post over that line. You know, you're just following that line, and you're working single crochets over between double crochet front post again, and then, you know, maybe do it the way I did it, because that really does finish it off nicely, and then immediately do your 5 double crochets into the tops of those stitches, so adding an extra one, and then your double crochet front post 6 times all the way up to your corners, and then you do the corners exactly as you started. And I shall see you at the end of this round, which is the final round for this part, and that is round number 26.